So I hear you are thinking about moving to New Dorp in Staten Island, New York. Well, then you're in luck, and this video is absolutely for you. We are going to take a deep dive into all things New Dorp inside of a Google Maps. You're going to see where the beach is, where New Dorp Lane is, where the new boulevard is, everything there is to know about New Dorp in Staten Island, New York. But before we do that, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to keeping you connected, Staten Island and New Jersey living. If you are thinking about moving in the next 9 or 90 days, give me and my team a call. We cannot wait to help you. All right, let's dive in. All right, if you are new here, I always start the Google Maps like this, just so you can see the location of where we're going to be talking about in Staten Island for that day. So right now we're going to be talking about New Dorp, which is right here, New Dorp. New Dorp has two sections, New Dorp and New Dorp Beach. We're going to talk about both, and I'm going to show you everything. But before that, let's back it up so you can see exactly where we are. So New Dorp is right here. We are closer to the Verrazano Bridge. This is kind of a mid-island section of Staten Island. There is no expressway that goes through New Dorp. We have the Verrazano Bridge here. We have the Bayonne Bridge. We have the Goethals Bridge, and we have the outer bridge here. As you see, all of these blue-ish lines, like these gray-blue lines, those are the expressways, okay? And there is nothing in this section. But that doesn't mean we don't have transportation, because we absolutely do, right? So let's zone into New Dorp. Here we go. So I actually, fun fact, I went to New Dorp High School right here. New Dorp High School. Cool, right? You have Miller Fields here. They redid a lot of this throughout the time. This is the high school. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, there it is, New Dorp High School. Right here. So New Dorp High School is right off Highland Boulevard. In New Dorp, there's about 8,000 people. There's all different kinds of houses in New Dorp. Let me just start by saying that. All different kinds. You have bungalows down by the beach. You have spot builds that are, $1 million plus, especially in this section up here above Highland Boulevard. You have single family homes. You have detached homes. You have, that is, oh, well, that's the playgrounds. That's cool. So I'm learning something new that I could do that here. Look at that. This is a playground in New Dorp. So this is what New Dorp looks like. Those apartment buildings right there are called the Tyson's Apartments. That is an apartment complex inside of New Dorp, and they are below the boulevard. This is really cool. I'm happy I found that. All right, so let's start with where we are. So we know what part of the section we're in, right? We know we're kind of mid-island section. You have your Highland Boulevard here, right here, Highland Boulevard. And if you're new here, and this is your first video you're watching with me, Highland Boulevard runs the entire island, from Tottenville all the way to Bay Street. It's actually Bay and Highland. So you have Highland Boulevard is a main street in New Dorp. You have New Dorp Lane. Guys, there's going to be a lot of pop-ups, unfortunately, and fortunately, right? Because there's a lot of action going on in New Dorp. New Dorp is very, very pumping. So you have your Highland Boulevard, you have your New Dorp Lane, you have your train station right here. This train runs all Staten Island, does not leave Staten Island. Again, the train station does not leave Staten Island. It goes to Tottenville and it goes to the ferry. If you are taking the ferry to work and you live and you want to take the train, you absolutely could do that because it stops at the ferry. All right, you have New Dorp Lane, and then you have Richmond Road. Richmond Road is like the top of New Dorp, and then the bottom of New Dorp is right here, Cedar Grove Avenue, right here. So let's there's a lot of pop-ups. Let's kind of start at the bottom, right? So this is Miller Field, huge playground. Let's see if something happens. Oh no, I thought that would have been cool if it did that again, but that's okay. All right, so here's Miller Field. Your neighboring Midland Beach on one side, and you're neighboring Oakwood on the other side. A couple of these blocks here, some people will say, oh, this is Oakwood, that's Oakwood, this is New Dorp, that's New Dorp. So right here is they're kind of neighboring. And then the next video, we'll do Oakwood and Oakwood Heights. It's the same concept of New Dorp Beach and New Dorp. We have above the boulevard and below the boulevard. Although all of these houses over here are not going to be New Dorp Beach. New Dorp Beach consists of right around this area. So let's start at the bottom. These are you're gonna have bungalows at the bottom, right around here. Let's see if we can pull a couple up. Let's pull Seafoam. So these are gonna all be bungalows. And now I don't want anybody to quote me on saying this, right? Because I don't know when you're watching this, laws could change, or I don't know, flood zones change. All of these are in flood zones. You need flood insurance to live down here. They all did get hit by Sandy. And after that, a lot of them are being raised. Let's see if we can find one that was raised. One of my best friends literally lives on Seafoam. He bought it after the flood. But it is, New Dorp Beach is a flood zone. Okay, so right here, 35 Maple Terrace. This was probably one, I don't want to click it and it come off, but this was probably one, you see the staircase that got hit and they decided to lift it. Build It Back came in and helped a lot of these families. During Sandy, they got hit hard down here. And you know what, even though it was so long ago, it does still sometimes scare people, but listen, if you want to live by the water, it doesn't bother you because you know that you'll be in a flood zone. So that's down here. You have a really pretty beach here. So I grew up around here because I lived in Dungan Hills. So I would hang out with my friends in New Dorp Beach. So to see the transformation of Miller Fields and this entire area is it's like mind-blowing, night and day. It is beautiful now, what they did around this entire area. I remember when it was just like a clear space and like a lot of like greenery, but it was like a little messy. It's not anymore. It is beautiful. This is the entrance to the bottom of New Dorp Beach, which consists all over here. All right, you have a couple little shops down here. Not much. It's a little more quiet down here. And then we move up. These are all like houses and bungalows down here, houses, single family, two family, all of that. You have a catering hall here. You have another catering hall here. Ebbets is another main street, not main like Highland Boulevard, but another main street that you have your local buses and express buses. So Cedar Grove, they drive all around New Dorp Lane, everywhere where you see these buses. And these are the stops. So if you're ever looking at a map, wherever you see these bus stops, that's an actual stop. So you have Ebbets Lane, Cedar Grove, New Dorp Lane. So wherever you live in New Dorp, if you need to take the bus, you will have one on each of the main roads, which is pretty convenient, I'd say. All right, so that playground that we saw in the beginning of this video is right here. These are all different styles of homes. Let's click one. Let's see if we can go in. There you go. So that looks like, to me, in this picture, a single family detached home. Let's see this one. This is a semi. You see how it's connected on both sides right here? This is what we call a semi. See these two doors right here? That would be a semi. So those right now, they're going for around 800,000 based off RPR. I'm pulling all my numbers straight from RPR. And again, that is the time of this recording. Mill Road is another like main street, kind of like Ebbets inside of New Dorp. So you have your bus stops here. This is where those buildings were that we saw right here. These are the buildings that are inside of New Dorp. So let's, for the case of this video, let's call Tyson's Lane the border of New Dorp. Let's not go past it. Let's just stay in the box. And then the Oakwood we'll do on this side, just for the sake of this video. So now we have Highland Boulevard right here. Highland Boulevard is where all of the shopping is going to be. What you're seeing now is totally different than what we grew up with. Like there used to be a movie theater here, and it was actually a little not as nice, right? They spent so much money and built up this entire area. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's called the Boulevard. Why is the mouse doing that? It's called the Boulevard, and it is phenomenal. You have Marshalls, you have your ShopRites. Look how this is how it looks. It's beautiful. I'd say maybe it's 2 years old, 2-ish years old. Let's see. So this is that's it. That's the Boulevard. It's beautiful. Look at all that parking. I'm moving my finger like you could see it. Look at all that parking. It is absolutely gorgeous. Huge, huge, major update from, can I stop it here? No. Major update for when I was like, when I grew up there. But oh my God, it's awesome. You have another plaza here off Highland Boulevard. There was the vitamin shop. You have Mexican. You have your hook and reel. You have a gym. There's a bank down here, and there is a urgent care center. There's a lot of little ones besides the boulevard because there's a lot of shopping down here. Let's see. We didn't even touch New York Lane yet. Again, all of this, and then all this entire plaza. So you have one huge plaza, 2, 3, and then you have New York Lane. As you get up here, the houses start becoming like single family detached. Really pretty up here. There's a lot of capes in New York as well. Rampula, he is a real estate attorney. He is in his office, not his house, is in New York. All right, let's back it up. I also went to high school here, but I told you that already. All right, there's another high school as well right here, Staten Island Tech. Staten Island Tech is one of the most pristine high schools in Staten Island, let alone in New York, and it's right here. You get like vocational classes and stuff there. Very, very high achievers go here. Let's see, let's back it up. All right, now we're on Highland Boulevard. Let's start New York Lane. So I'm not going to, I don't want you to get like too confused, but you see all of these yellow boxes, all of the yellow boxes are shopping. You could shop here. AF Bennett, a girlfriend of mine works here. A lot, all of these, and these have changed throughout the years. I remember New York when it was a little old school New York. Now there's a lot of new places, like bubble tea never used to be here. Again, all of these are bullseye tattoos. My uncle goes there for his tattoos, and my cousin. New Dorp Library. So you do have a library inside of New Dorp, and again, it's on New Dorp Lane. Is it? Yep, there's a pool hall right here. Oh, and you know I have to show you my favorite spot. If you are new here, I am in love with Better on Highland. And there is a Better in New Dorp. Where are we? Let's see. Duncan's here. It is right here. So this is Highland Boulevard again, and these are all the shops. Highland Boulevard, both sides, you're going to have shops either side at all times. It is very, very busy. It's very busy. There's no get about that. You are going to hit traffic if you're going to Brooklyn in the morning or coming home at night. There is no getting around that. And I don't lie. I tell you like it is. You also have a precinct here. You have the 122 precinct inside of New Dorp. Ronnie's Sandwich Shop. This is the second location because they had another one. But yeah, always traffic on Highland, like during rush hour. There is no getting around that. I mean, I do have some side streets. Call me, I'll tell you on the phone like how to get around it, but there's no way I'm telling you I'm here. All right, let's go back to Highland New Dorp Lane. Again, all of these yellow shops, all of these yellow boxes are shops. So now this is New Dorp Lane, and this is right around from the train station. So right here is the train station. This is the train stop, and then there's shops around that as well. Hobart is great tacos. It's a great Mexican spot right on the corner. Again, guys, I don't want to overwhelm you, but New Dorp is happening with shopping. There's like, it's all over. You got your big box stores. They're actually, at the time of this recording, they're redoing a plaza right across the street from New Dorp High School and on Highland. They're redoing that entire plaza. That's right here, this plaza right here. They're redoing this entire, right here. They're redoing this entire thing. So Sunrise, when I was going to high school, this was never here. This was a parking lot, and this was like an A&P supermarket. So this is all new. This is how much they have been developing New York over the years. Right now they're currently, I think they're doing like a $10 billion or $13 billion job in New York High School. It's been going for like 4 or 5 years. But this is how areas change, and this area has developed drastically. This New York is also a prime location if you want to be by Brooklyn. Like a lot of people go into Brooklyn for work, they go into the city. New York is a great area. Let me give you a little advice, like a little hint. If you are coming into Staten Island and you still want to be by the city, or by Brooklyn, your cutoff is probably, you're gonna say, hey, Al, I don't wanna go past this, and we're gonna discuss this, and your cutoff is probably gonna be, and I'm talking like right here, Eltingville. And I'm talking like you shouldn't pass Eltingville, because as you go further down, that's more time that you're gonna be sitting on the bus or sitting in the car. Usually it's like right around here between Eltingville, Bay Terrace, Great Hills area. But houses going up like this, especially above the boulevard, because you have all of this, all of the transportation, and it's so quick to get into Brooklyn, the city, from here, between the train and the buses. All right, so let's go back to New Dorp Lane. So we did New Dorp Lane, actually. The train here, and then New Dorp stops at Richmond Road. And then you have Amboy bordering some of it as well. You have Farrell High School, you have the Tech, you have New Dorp, you have other smaller schools. Where's the other school? Right here. There is New Dorp Christian Academy. My brother and sister both went there. How cool is that? Remember, I lived in Duncan Hills, so I'm right over here. There is another school in here. We did Tech. Oh, St. Charles is here as well. All right, so, and all of these are new. Jersey Mike's. I wish there was a Jersey Mike's when I used to go there. All right, so you kind of get the idea of New Dorp. Again, this video is not to show you like price points. This is just to show you the area. I think we covered pretty much all of it. Yeah, all right, so let's jump out and look, we're ending with this. Let's jump out and I will see you on the other side. Well, that was cool, wasn't it? I think it's so cool that we can dive into a Google's map and you can literally see the entire map of New Dorp. And how cool is that boulevard? That place is brand new, but you already know that because I said it in the video. With all of this being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Allison Moreau, broker owner and founder of Real Connect Realty. If you are thinking about moving in the next 9 or 90 days, give me and my team a call. We cannot wait to help you. And don't forget to hit that like, follow, and subscribe button for all things keeping you connected, Staten Island and New Jersey living. Stay connected. See you in the next video.